Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be entering a contest for my friend Mike up in Buffalo. His channel name is MGK Boston. Recently had a big move up to New York, but he's hanging on to those Boston roots, even though he's Canadian. It's a whole family tree that we won't get into, but he has a contest, as he's referring to it. It's his trillion subscriber contest, push to a trillion, and he's doing what he can. God bless him. And he has 10 questions here. Some of these I haven't really thought about in terms of what I'm going to answer, so I'm kind of going off the cuff on this. But let's just go ahead and jump into it here. Again, his channel is going to be below with his original contest video, so go subscribe to him, please. Number one, he wants to know where we like to go on vacation, and if we've never been there, where would we want to go, or where would we want to go? So I'm going to talk about my favorite place to go on vacation. It's a little island off of the coast of South Carolina called Edisto Beach. It's a very secluded, peaceful place, some of the best seafood ever. It's that low country, South Carolinian, good stuff. My family and I go either in March or November. My immediate family and my grandparents. Just a really relaxing weekend. Beautiful, Spanish moss. Ride a bike around the whole island. It's only local food there, so there's not, you don't drive past a McDonald's or an Applebee's. So it's all fresh local seafood. It's fantastic. So Edisto Beach, South Carolina is where I like to vacation. Number two, name a solo artist everyone seems to love, but you can't stand. Now, I was kind of going, within my wheelhouse of, artists that I might get into. So I was thinking about this. Solo artist for me, as much flack as I'm going to get, I don't like Joni Mitchell. I can't do the, high soprano singing, the, up and down. I know that there are albums that, like if you do this, you'll get into her because she doesn't sing like that. And she's got some great songs out there. But listening to Joni Mitchell is something I cannot do. And I'm a big songwriter guy, but Joni Mitchell does not cut it for me. So she's a solo artist I can't get into. Then he asked us to name a band, same kind of question, that we don't really like. Obviously there are tons of bands that I'm not familiar with that I can't get into. So it's hard for me to answer this because, I'm sure that there are some songs that I would like for several bands within my wheelhouse. But one of those bands that I can't do is Nirvana. I can't do Nirvana. I can't do Chris Cobain's voice. And I like heavier music. I do. I like, I like some of that stuff. I like Pearl Jam. But Nirvana is a band I can't do it. Can't do Nirvana. Number four, show a jazz record. I'm going to go, this is a brand new album that I just picked up. Well, it's not a brand new album. It's new to my collection. This is Turning Point by Lonnie Smith, who I had never heard of Lonnie Smith, but I absolutely fell in love with this album the minute that I listened to it. He's got a really cool version of Eleanor Rigby on here, but if you like, organ music, if you like, Booker T and the MGs, I know he's the go-to guy to talk about on the organ, but this was really, really good. Kind of funky, jazzy. I really like the flow of this album. So Turning Point by Lonnie Smith is my jazz record. Show a country and western album. Now, I know my buddy Gary had some words over at Physical Format Rock and Roll. Go check out Gary. The term country and western, what does that mean? It used to be a genre, country and western, and now it's pretty much just dropped to country. Similarly to how rock and roll is not something that really fully exists anymore. It's rock. But, because I could show, Johnny Cash. I don't consider him country and western because it doesn't bring in like that western experience. Country and western is more like 50s honky tonk, 60s honky tonk kind of music. So with that in mind, I am going to go with Buck Owens, who had that thing called the Bakersfield Sound out of Bakersfield, California. It had kind of a swing to it. It talked about a lot of western landmarks. Obviously, big hit was Streets of Bakersfield. It influenced guys like Dwight Yoakam, Marty Stewart, people like that. And Buck Owens, pretty much straight ahead country. There's a little bit of rockabilly in there, but I consider Buck Owens country and western. This is Buck Owens live at Austin City Limits from 1980. Oh gosh, 88. So Buck Owens, country and western. Who is your favorite sports team? This is number 6. Sports team or athlete of all time? My favorite sports team is the New England Patriots, who I know Mike kind of, jumped off the bandwagon of the Patriots after he moved to Buffalo. Now he's a Bills fan because he pretty much just takes whatever team is local. That's fine. You can do that too, whatever. But New England Patriots, they're my team, even though now they're in a very, very, very dry spell. Hopefully, the new coach, Matt Vrabel, will pick things up for them. And, not the greatest athlete of all time, but the greatest quarterback of all time. No comparison. People are going to talk about, oh, Deflategate, whatever. He didn't, that was not a thing in terms of, anyway, Deflategate, there was science behind it. There's a lot that goes into that. I'm talking about Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. Tom Brady can, you can hate him. Most people hate him unless they were a Patriots fan. Tom Brady, without question, bar none. If you have anything to say that goes against that, you're wrong, because there's nothing close. There's nothing close to Tom Brady as the greatest quarterback of all time. Say whatever you want. It's not true. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, period. I have strong feelings. Number 7, share a concert memory. I'm going to go with a memory, and I've talked about this 100 times. My dad and I got to see Gordon Lightfoot about a year before Gordon Lightfoot passed away. And we were about third row. He was in town, played a show. Obviously, he was, older, so he had a very shaky voice. And the family behind us, well, there was 2 couples. They were drunk out of their minds, were complaining the whole time. They talked the entire time. They were saying, at the very end during the encore, they're like, maybe he's going to play Time in a Bottle as the encore, which, of course, is a Jim Croce song. So these people, these idiots, were, not fans of Gordon Lightfoot, obviously. So they were talking the whole time. So that was a very, very annoying concert memory. But it was my second time seeing Gordon Lightfoot. It was my first concert. And I'm happy I got to share the experiences with my dad, who got me into Gordon Lightfoot. So that's my concert memory. Number 8, shout out a newer vinyl community channel. This guy's been around for about a year or so, but I'm still considering him new because he needs more subscribers. And that is my buddy. His channel name is Ernest Eldridge, the Trailer Park Pimp. But I call him Ernie. That's his name. He talks a lot about Americana, red dirt country music, outlaw country, some bluegrass, some rock, but he's a big Americana guy, just a sweet guy. And we talk back and forth off camera quite a bit as well. But Ernie, I'm going to shout him out. His channel is going to be below as well. Number 9, show an album by a Canadian artist. I'm going to go with this. This is Ron Sexsmith with his album Long Player, Late Bloomer. My dad got me this out of the blue, and this is a really, really good record. I know my friend Rob over at Northern Revolutions, I showed him this. He's like, oh, you'll love that. Great songwriter record. He's just got kind of this mellow voice, but I really, really like this album a lot. I need to spin this again. Ron Sexsmith for my Canadian artist. Number 10, it's called Happy Birthday, show an album released when I was born. I'm going to go, this is the CD here, Hell Freezes Over by the Eagles. This was their, reunion album. It has a lot of live songs for their Hell Freezes Over tour. It's got the same lineup as the Long Run album, which was their last release. But it's got some great songs on here. Love Will Keep Us Alive was a pretty big hit. That was new to this album, sung by Timothy Schmidt. So I'm going to go with Hell Freezes Over. I normally show Wildflowers, by Tom Petty, but this was a different pick for me. So there you go, Mike. Everybody go subscribe to Mike, MGK Boston. Go do his contest. Everybody go subscribe to Ernie, the Trailer Park Pimp. His description and everything, well, his link will be in the description below. And Mike, hope you make your goal there, my friend. All right, everybody, in the meantime, y'all be good. Take care. We'll talk to you in the next one. Bye now.